let me sort this video.
Okay, cool. This is the Combat Station. I'm your host, Ty Matthews, and today we have a special guest on, Gavin Hughes. So how you doing, mate?
I'm all good, mate. I'm all good.
So let's start off. Obviously, you're fighting in Bellator Paris. So far, how's the camp been going for the fight?
Perfect, all good. Just nice to be back training and back. Nice to have a fight booked as well.
So obviously, before this, you were meant to fight in London, and that fight obviously didn't end up happening. Are you kind of disappointed that you're not on the next London card?
I don't know actually, because that's the second time I've been matched on the London card and it fell through. The first one was obviously the pandemic, and then the second one, my bicep come off. So I don't know what it is. I don't think it was meant to be. But traveling the world, doing what you love doing is perfect, isn't it? I go to Paris. I've been to Paris once. But obviously, I'd like to fight at home, obviously with the fans and everything. But I'm used to traveling as well. I've travelled all over the world now, so. But you got to embrace it, you got to love it, you got to enjoy it. You get to fight in Paris in front of his crowd, and I don't mind getting booed, so better than having no fans as well.
I was going to ask, fighting in front of a hostile territory, do you think that's going to put you off at all, or no, you think you're going to be completely fine with it?
I'm fine with it. I've done it in South Africa against two South Africans I fought. Dion fought, I come out and I was getting booed at first, which is you expect, don't you? I was getting booed, and then by like the third round, they were cheering for me, which was nice. And then the second fight I done Van Staden, he was like the superstar over there, so I expected to be booed. I'm just going to get used to it. You thrive off it. I think like when you fought in front of no fans, it's like that's like probably, obviously it's an experience as well, but I wouldn't want to do that again. You just feel flat. Do you know what I mean? So I'd take getting booed all day over no fans. Like.
Now, obviously, your opponent, Yves Landu. What do you bring to this fight that you believe is going to make the difference against him?
He just makes too many mistakes, I think. Don't get me wrong, he can be dangerous, as you've seen against Fraser. He can be dangerous, but I feel like he makes too many mistakes. Just if you've watched him yourself, you'll know what I mean. I think especially as a fan of that yourself, you look into the fight a little bit different. So he makes too many mistakes. Like, you don't get me wrong, he's dangerous, he's very explosive, but that fades out there. And if you've watched any of my fights, I don't fade. I either get stronger. I start strong and finish stronger. So I don't see that from him. I see him starting strong, but then he just fades. But don't get me wrong, he's dangerous, isn't he? But I think anyone's dangerous at this level. So I'm not taking him lightly, as I don't with any opponent. But it's a perfect fight for me, I think, anyway.
Now, you're coming off a loss going into this fight. What have you changed in camp, and what have you took from that defeat to help you in this fight?
I've changed a few things. I changed them on my last camp anyway, but as you say, as I've said before, like, you've got to take the loss on yourself. Do you know what I mean? That loss was down to me, nothing else. So it was for me to make them changes. I made them changes. So obviously got two little girls. I was doing a lot of traveling daily for like 8 years to my old gym, and I've just made a little fine change where basically I'm happy now. I don't travel as much to train in my own. I've got my own gym, Titanium MMA. I literally live over the road from it, so I can literally, it takes me 1 minute to get there, walk over. So little things like that, like in traveling, so I'm training a lot more, but it doesn't feel like it because obviously the traveling, there's no traveling at all. Where I was used to traveling like an hour to a session, an hour back, and then obviously back again the same night, everything. I'm just a lot happier as well. But there's a lot of other changes I've made as well. Even with my striking coach, Tony Amara, massive improvement in my striking. Even my grappling. I've got Fabio as well, a Brazilian black belt. It's all for me. Obviously, it's my gym as well, so it's all based around me. So yeah, that's hard to find. I don't think many fighters have got what I've got at the minute. We've got like the whole gym is built around this fight. Everything's come to a bit of a standstill. We've got one of my lads competing the weekend, Kieran Roach, and basically that's it. Then it's all focused on my camp. So it's perfect.
Obviously, you don't look past your opponent, but do you have any plans for after this fight? Do you have any call outs you're planning to make, or just going to see what happens?
I'm just going to smash this kid, and then I want to fight in America. I've said it for a long time now. It's one place you want to go and fight. I'm not looking past it, as you just said. I don't look past anyone, especially at this level. But I want that new contract. I haven't fought for a little bit as well, so I'm itching to get in there.
Did you catch UFC London recently?
Yeah, it was a good card, wasn't it? From start to finish, it was a good card. Nice seeing a lot of English, like a lot of local lads as well on it. But it looked a good event. I've never been to UFC. That's one that I would have liked to go to.
Did you catch Tom Aspinall versus Volkov? What do you think of Aspinall's performance?
He's just so calm, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like I've known Aspinall for a while now. Obviously, he could change the Carbone, which is a local gym. But I don't really see him. He doesn't seem to be struggling with people, does he at all? I think his all round games, like he's a grappling background, isn't he? But he did switch over to boxing through a period of time, didn't he? So I think everything's benefiting him now. It's all coming together now, as you can see, against like high level guys. But credit to him. Do you know what I mean? He's still young as well, so heavyweights. He's got a long time in his career. So I hope they just don't rush him now. Do you know what I mean? I think he should chill out. But I think it's hard not to rush him, innit? He's beating the best, isn't he? So nothing else he can fight, is it?
You ever wanted to fight on a UFC card? Is you looking for that in your future one day?
Yeah, of course, but I'm happy with Bellator at the minute. Like if UFC come knocking, which I know they have come knocking once. Obviously, the fight I lost in South Africa. I got told there was a contract put down for me and Van Staden. But I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have blamed from the mistakes. I might not have had the same opportunities now if I wouldn't have took that loss. As I said before, I took them losses on the chin. They've been down to me, and I've made them changes myself. So it's part of the journey, isn't it?
Have you seen Masvidal when Colby's in the restaurant after he attacked him for his trash talk during the fight? Have you heard about that?
No, do you know what? Like stuff like that, I don't really. Because like obviously I teach MMA, I fight, I live and breathe it. But when it comes to all stuff like that, I don't really watch it now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing my own shows and that as well. So I think I need to like. It's a bit draining, even when you listen to watch all stuff like that. It's all just a bit of a joke in it, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask, what is your prediction for the fight? What do you believe you're gonna get? What round do you believe you're gonna get? Land you out of there, or do you not have a prediction?
I do have a prediction, but as I said before, he's dangerous at the start of the round, but you see him, he starts to slow down. He's got very fast switch vibes, and he's very explosive. But that goes. If you watch the Tim Wild, was it his last fight? If you watch his last fight, don't get me wrong, he looks good in that, like, but then you can see he fades pretty quick, I think. But as I said before, he's all credit to him. Like he knocked Brazier out. Brazier's was double champ, wasn't he? Double banner champ. So he's now, as I said before, there's no slouch. There's no easy fight. So I'm taking it as so serious. I need this win. I know I need this win. I'm gonna get the win, but I know I need it. I've come off a loss, but then obviously I'm not fought for a period of time, which was out my hands. My bicep come totally off the bone through a left hook, and it just full ruptured. But I'm still here. I've had 2 ops. We've been through a pandemic. I've had 2 ops in that time. Since I've signed the contract, I fought with A bad knee. I needed the operation, but I just fought. Didn't tell no one. I fought. Beat it. Got the contract. And then obviously I got the operation on my knee done. I lost that fight through the pandemic, which wasn't ideal, obviously, the training and everything, but he was in the same situation as me, so all fairness to him. But and then I had another operation, which is, but most fighters that break them. If anything, it's made me stronger. I know people will always say that, but I'm still here, and I'm still, if anything, I'm 10 times better fighter than I was when I first signed my contract at Bellator. So I just can't wait to go out and show everything what we've been doing as a team as well, with my team at Titanium, and show everyone what we can do.
Well, we'll probably wrap up in a minute, but anything you want to say to your fans before we go?
Make sure you tune in, because I'm going to smash him. Honestly, I've not fought for a while now, and I'm itching to go, so I'd definitely make sure you watch, and hope all the support back home make a big loud noise for me. Obviously, I know it's in Paris, but I've got a massive crowd. I've still got people coming over and watching, but and obviously with travel restrictions at the minute, it's not as easy, but I've got a massive following, so hopefully Bellator bring one to Liverpool, and we can show my fans what I can do over here as well.
Bellator Liverpool, that sounds good to me, mate. Anyway, wish you the best of luck, and obviously I hope you get the win, and we'll have you back on here soon, hopefully.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
It's all right, mate. This has been a Combat Station. This is Ty Matthews, and we are out.